Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. My guest at this time is returning guest, Goldylocks.
What's up, Dan? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday indeed. For those tuning in, Goldylocks has been on Dan-A-Plooza before. She has many different platforms, from being an interviewer manager at TNA to being the singer-songwriter at Goldylocks Band, to also having her fitness and also her podcast, Goldylocks Closet. So make sure to follow any of those things. They are at the bottom of the screen.
I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Thanks for the fanfare. That's just wonderful. Thank you.
And I have to tell you that there are some people who watch my show and now they become fans of yours. There have been a couple of them who have reached out to me. And
well, that's nice. I'm just glad that you're doing so well. Dan, you're doing such a beautiful job on your show, and you're just getting so many guests, and their quality and just everything that you're doing is just 100%, 100,000%. We're all really proud of you.
Thank you. And, we're going to keep moving along. And I think we would like to talk about, do you have anything currently that you're working on at this moment? Any new projects?
Yeah, thank you for asking. Absolutely. We've got just some really cool stuff that we're doing with the band, and all of our patrons every month are helping fund that, which is really cool. We're building just an incredible stage set that is literally taken like 3 years, and I just do it with whatever I can find, and I can't wait to reveal that. We'll do, I keep sending like snapshots, to my friends and family, and then they come back with the profound comment of, you should really video this. And I was like, oh, wow, I've never thought of this. Of course, that's the plan. So the plan is once the set is done, we will do like maybe 2 or 3 shows, pretty close to home, and a couple hours or so, and film people's reactions to it. It's going to be a very interactive show, and a lot of the stuff that's off of the stage will be things that you can partake in and enjoy, very nostalgic, and we'll film and shoot and get all that together, and then make a really nice EPK, which is an electronic press kit of that particular package, and then sell that package. And we won't go and bring all this stuff unless it's the price that we're asking for, but we're trying to figure out a way to, like, how do you reinvent yourself? How do you repackage things? How do you make it more interesting, so that, because there's so many musicians out there, Dan, and it's very saturated. So a lot of places, when musicians play for free, they don't want to pay you any money. So imagine getting up Monday morning tomorrow and going to work for free. So we're trying to figure out, like, okay, we get it. There's lots of bands, but like, how can we set ourselves apart with like a real different show? So we're working on that. I'm super excited for that. We're getting ready to shoot another video for a song that was supposed to be in a really amazing film, but crap had to hit the fan, and a lot of people parted ways. So we're stuck with this really great song, and we're like, you know what? We'll just shoot a video for it on our own, and submit it for the Dove Awards, which is the Christian equivalent to the Grammys. And yes, I swear like a sailor. Hi, Tilly. And I'm a little rough around the edges, but we still always try to have a good message that we put out in our music. Tilly! Tilly's the star of the show.
Yeah,
oh, God love her.
This is the part where Tilly, gets all the cat viewers and everything. So good job, Tilly.
She's gonna show her rear end. I love it.
Yeah.
So Dan, that's a couple. There's more going on, but it's good stuff. What were you gonna say?
She one time, I think I was wearing like a tank top or something like that, and the claws got into me, and like I was in the middle of a stream, and I was like, and I was trying to hide my facial expressions, but it was hard because she was puncturing my skin at the same time.
I know it well. Well, you just do what you got to do to get through.
Then she just licks me afterwards, and I go, I wish you hadn't done that. But so with moving forward, and I know that you also have your fitness. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I feel like as much as it is important for us to maintain, mental wellness during these pandemic times, it is also important with a physical well frame in mind, to keep in shape during the time of still being in a pandemic.
Oh, yeah, and I appreciate you asking that. And you were talking about, you're kind of reeling in some of your diet, right? And doing some exercise. Like I remember
Yeah.
you saying that you're making some tweaks and some changes. And I mean, that's the real important thing for people to remember is, fitness, that word or exercise doesn't have to be something that you dread or you hate or you're afraid of. It can just be like some very simple tweaks, like for people that need to lose weight, and you all know who you are. And weight loss is just a very important thing if you're carrying around too much weight, because that starts to affect your bones and different cartilage and your joints, and just the heavier that you are, you're putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on that, or your organs, your liver, your kidneys, your heart. It's billions of dollars each year that America spends on obesity related illnesses. And the thing is you can be preventing it. And like I said, it doesn't have to be scary at all. You can just eat less, and everything in America is supersize and up and plus. And it's like no other country in the world eats as much as we eat. And, when you start eating a little bit less, your stomach does shrink and you feel fuller with smaller meals that your body can actually handle and process. So if you want to lose weight, you can eat less, or people can eat what they're eating, but exercise every day or 4 days a week, or exercise more. Or you can change the things that you're eating too. And I like to do a little bit of all of that so that nothing's too crazy or drastic. I don't have 2 hours a day to work out, but I've got 20. Hi, Tilly. I've got 20 or 30 minutes. Everybody's got that. There's so many apps that you can get for free on your phone, or just Google start with the trouble area. Start with your saggy arms underneath here, or your gut, or whatever. Start with that and do some target training. Get a couple of weights somewhere. Go to a thrift store, get some weights. Go to Walmart, get some and get some weights, and just follow along and watch how to do things correctly. There's tons of trainers out there for free that will show you what to do on their videos. Subscribe, leave them a comment, show them some love. But it's just very important, because the older that you get, if you don't do things to prevent it in the beginning, man, you are up shit creek when you get older. And it's no fun when you're old to have a lot of problems. So if you're listening to this, maybe it's a little wake up or a big wake up call for you to really do some things for you, because we want to keep you around and we want you healthy.
Yeah, I know for myself, I've kind of switched from, I was addicted to Mountain Dew for the longest time. And so I know that that's not good. And sometimes people are like, well, I like the taste of it, but it so adds the weight on and everything like that. And it just isn't
that alone,
yeah.
if you cut out soda, like I get jealous of people that cut out soda. I don't have that thing. I haven't drank soda for years. So I mean, somebody that just cuts out soda, the amount of calories, carbohydrates, and sugar in that, you're going to just drop weight with that. So but the thing is like, you don't have to just cut it out. Like I tell people, if you're going to have a treat or something that you enjoy, plan it for not a special occasion, but just give yourself once or twice a week where you're not just sitting and slamming Mountain Dews or Cokes or Krispy Kremes or whatever, because I have friends, I watch them eat and they're not even enjoying it. They're just talking and rambling and spewing out stuff, and they're just shoving their face. They're not I went the other day on my day to enjoy something to an ice cream shop. I didn't get some huge thing. I got two small scoops of ice cream. That was a great buttery goo something. And I sat by myself and I looked out the window and I just enjoyed it and I processed it. Or when I'm with a friend, same kind of thing. And I tell my friend, shut up, let me enjoy this chocolate sundae. Let me enjoy this, where you're thinking about it. But then You don't need to have that every day. You don't need to drink Mountain Dew every day. Make it a special occasion so that you're like, all right, well, here's my little treat. There's some people that do like the 80-20 diet where 80% of the time they're just eating perfectly and then 20 they blow it. So again, it's not 50-50, it's not 60-40, it's 80-20, and you do enjoy your 20%, but then be smart about it the rest of the week. If you're just at home or working or cleaning the house, or you're at work at your desk, like, you don't need all the fancy stuff. Meal prep your food. It's so much cheaper to just go out to Sam's Club or Costco, get a bunch of stuff, put it on a pan, stick it in the oven, let it bake, cut it up, put it in some little containers that you get online. I've got links, or Walmart or Amazon. Put it in there, and like, you've got literally like meals for days. And it's not like that's not popular. I mean, everywhere I scroll on Instagram, there's some Factor or this Green Kitchen or Blue Apron or this or that. Like, but the meals are like $8, $9, $10, $11, $12 a meal. You can make meals if you meal prep for like $1.44, $1.50 for like nice piece of protein and some vegetables and whatnot. And who doesn't love to save money? But when your meals are prepared like that and they're portioned, it's just it's game time. Like, you're ready to go. You can really do some good that way.
Definitely. I know I've switched to, I'm drinking sparkling ice now that has 0 sugars, and it's just like flavored water. So
yeah,
that's new. And now I'm having a certain time of day where I just eat fruits and vegetables. So that's a new thing. So
that's cool.
Started on the treadmill. So it's a small,
I love it.
Step. But,
no, that's not a small step. That's a very big step. That's how you really reel things in. And Dan, you've got like such an electrifying, dynamic personality, and everybody likes you. And it's like, you just want to make sure that everything in your life like matches, like your finances match, your attitude matches. When people are like, oh, you know, I'm a this or I'm a that, and I believe in God and whatnot. Okay, but you're an asshole online. Like, you gotta make sure like everything is following suit. So, you know, I think that reeling in your fitness and getting that like hot, sexy bod that you've always, you know, dreamed and desired. Like, I am working on my own hot, sexy bod. I got some pounds to shed and some work to do, but, you know that you look good when you do that, but you also feel really good. And then know that your life quality is improving, so that when you get old, you just I don't want somebody taking care of me, or I don't want to be stuck in some icky place, or God, no, I just get freaked out even thinking about all that stuff. So I'm going to do the best that I can now to take care of myself for later.
Yeah. And I think that that's important, you know. I think it's hard a lot of times because people get discouraged or any point in life, or things go bad. And normally food is that accompaniment, you know, to fill the void in, you know, and we just lose track of who we are, and we just do that. And it's just what we call a temporary fix, but it's not really a fix.
But it's very easy, and it's very satisfying. And I got to tell you, after I had my little bowl of ice cream, the more I thought about it, I would have been just fine with 1 scoop and not 2. And even 2 wasn't that big. I would have been fine just having a taste, thinking about it, and a nice glass of water, and being done. And you can still indulge with things, but like a lot of the times when I'm like, oh, I got to have this, or I got it, like when I was done with it, it wasn't that great. It wasn't as great as I remembered. And the thing is you have control over that. I don't even put that stuff in my house, because I don't have a lot of control. And I know if I've got one thing in the cupboard, one thing in the refrigerator, I'm going to find it. I call my alter ego as Pig. Pig will find it. If it's some rolled up, dirty, hair covered Tootsie Roll that fell out of a wrapper 20 years ago, and I happen to find it, I'll wash that shit off. And I'll, you know, I don't have any control. I don't have any control. So I don't even buy it. But you have control to get up for 10, 15 minutes on an app. There's so many great apps where it's like, here's an overall body. And it'll just be like some little voice and a little cartoon person, like doing high knees or doing jumping jacks for a minute, off 30 seconds, push-ups for a minute, off 30 seconds, lunges, off for 30 seconds, squats, you know, and then you do that cycle again and again and again, 3 times, 4 times. Before you know it, it's 30 or 40 minutes. If everybody I could just work out with you right now. And like, that's free. Doesn't cost anything, just a little bit of your time. And like, if you did that, reeled in, made some tweaks with your diet, drank a lot of water, took some great supplements, like, I mean, in 6 months from now, you wouldn't even recognize yourself. And that's what people need to realize. And there's nothing better for depression or when you're feeling down, a lot of mental health stuff going on, especially the pandemic that just
Right.
messed with even the strongest
Yeah.
of the strong. It messed with us and people. So, you do have control over your fitness and your exercise. And it's just something really powerful that you can do for yourself. So I'm just so passionate about that.
And I think that that's good to know. What kind of things can they get on? I mean, I know I've been on there, but what kind of things can they order on the fitness for those
Oh,
watching?
so I've got Goldie, Goldy Cares, Goldie Cares. It's super simple. It's a great company. I've been with them for years. I was with another company before that. This one, it's a lot of all natural products. It's just things to suppress your appetite a little bit. Like, okay, so somebody like you drink a lot of Mountain Dew, then I'd say, get some citrus lime type of, drink that's got amino acids in it, that's got appetite suppressant in it, that's got vitamins and minerals. So you're still kind of getting the taste of something that you like. I like the pina colada type flavored things, but there's like Slim, which has appetite suppressant. There's an energy, which is a tiny bit of caffeine, like replaces your cup of coffee, but it tastes fruity or good. And I put it in ice, or I put a little bit of sparkling water in it. Yeah, bada bing, bada bing, as Vince Russo would say. And it's just something that you can taste and drink, but not only does it like quench your thirst, it's got stuff in it that will help you. So there's great stuff on there, great personal nutrition. There's a really cool little quiz that you can take up at the top. It says personalized vitamins. You take this quiz. You don't even need to talk to me again. The quiz is really cool. I've taken it like 10 times myself, but as different people, because I'm like, there is no way this can be like, but I've like, Bob Jones took it, and Bob's 65 and a man, and it came back completely different on like what I need. You go take that questionnaire. You should just do that anyway, just for you, Dan, and see what it comes back by. Answer the questions honestly and see what it says, like you're lacking in this, or you need some of this, or you need some of that. Get it from me or get it wherever. I don't care. I just want people to take the survey so that they can just start planting the seed of, I want to live a healthier life. It's just, I'm telling you, when you have the energy and the strength to be able to do things, not have to depend on other people to come lift this for me or come carry this or pull your own weight, like that does a lot for your esteem. If we won the lottery or got the biggest record deal tomorrow, I would still want to have some part in helping load something or do something, because that's the whole point. I go to the gym is to have muscles to be able to do something, or in wrestling, everything that we did. Like, I love the self-esteem that comes with just changing your body. It's really, really healthy for all of you, but especially your mind.
Yeah, and the thing that I've done recently is I take the stairs now at work. It's easy
Good.
to take the elevator, and I used to be out of breath going up the
Breath.
stairs. Usually, yeah, just because I would be in a hurry and everything like that, and I'm not used to doing, just because I was stuck in traffic or I was trying to get on time, and you go really fast. But now I do that. And now, when you arrive, in plenty of time and you're able to do that, and then it's just nothing.
That's huge.
It literally
That's
feel
huge.
building, instead of that,
And I mean, not to be morbid, but who knows what day rolls around where somebody needs help and they're trapped, and it's up to you to go run and get them. And I see a lot of like police officers sometimes, and I'm like, how are you going to chase somebody down? Like, brother, you've been chasing down the donuts. You never know when you're going to need your strength or your stamina or your energy to help somebody else, or maybe even help yourself. It's really important. And I've seen some really bad things happen where somebody's just perished because they're morbidly obese and they can't help themselves. So I can't say enough about just health and wellness and taking care of yourself and giving that little bit of time you know what? And sometimes I don't have time to get to the gym. I don't have time to do anything like that. I put on a show, binge watch something that I like, and I don't sit down until I've done at least 25 minutes of lifting. And that just could be watching a show like this and doing, 12 reps of bicep curls, 30-second rest, 12 sets of reps of bicep curls, 30-second rest, 3 to 4 sets. All right. That's like 10 minutes. And now I'm moving on to something else. And it's like, you're still watching your stuff. You're still enjoying something, but like, holy balls, you're doing something great for yourself at the same time. Or that, like you said, you got a treadmill. People have a bike or an elliptical. Don't do the elliptical or the bike, or don't watch a show until you like are on that. Or I go to the gym sometimes. Sometimes you can't watch what's at the gym unless you're pedaling, and the pedaling actually makes it so that you can hear it. Well, that's a win-win. So think of some things like Dan is saying, like the stairs at work or the stairs anywhere. Just go find some freaking stairs and go run them, and put some great music on. Put on a great podcast like this. Do something, and do something for yourself physical.
Yep. So something else I'd like to mention to people is to check out Goldie's Closet. I have purchased that, as well as you can watch many other wonderful podcasts. We have a wide variety of guests. She's had the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, TNA Shark Boy, even our next guest later tonight at 7, All Natural Ashley. So
woo, she was great.
So check out all those things, and even Dan-A-Plooza guest James Quinn has been on there. So everyone, make sure to check out those wonderful things. And also, you can check out the main website, which is Goldylocks Band. You can find the wonderful t-shirts, such as the Brave shirt that you've probably seen me wear.
Thanks, Dan.
You can check out that. You can check out the 8x10s, which is all personally signed. So make sure you go ahead and look at that today.
Dan, you're just so gracious. What a great friend that you are. I'm just so glad that I met you. And you know what? I wouldn't have met you if it hadn't been for the pandemic and Patreon and Vince saying, you got to do this Patreon gimmick. I wouldn't have met you, and I wouldn't have developed the friendship that we have. So you know what? There's always a silver lining in that cloud. You just have to look for it. And I'm very, very blessed and very grateful to have gotten to know you.
I appreciate it very much so. I love that Tilly's playing hide and go seek with me right now too. That's funny, as I'm trying to do this. She's peeking out of her little canopy and then hiding and then peeking out. She's doing the kitty scene, as I like to call it. But I did watch some of your TNA stuff recently. And can you remember? Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, bother. Very ER. Can you tell me about what it was like working with the Monster Abyss?
The Monster Abyss. I look back on that. It was so frazzled. We were always just kind of flying by the seat of our pants, and nobody ever knew like what was coming at us next. And he was really good. He was good at all of his stuff, and his on the mic he was really good. In the ring he was great. I had a good run. I enjoyed a lot of the things that I learned from Abyss. He wasn't always great to work with because he got me fired, but up until then he was great to work with. I mean, there's no bad feelings. I don't care. It was 20 years ago, but sometimes I wonder, like, if I didn't get canned and I was still with TNA, what it would be like, or what my future would have turned into. But everything happens for a reason. And, he might have done me a really good favor. So I look at it like that. I've done a lot of other things since TNA. Maybe I would have gotten thrown out of the ring and cracked my head open or something like that. Up until the day that he kind of crossed me, I had a really good time working with him, and I'd still work with him again. Like in this business and entertainment, like there's just no time for bad vibes or, hard feelings. It's just like life is just too short. It just shit happens, deal with it, move on, new day.
Yep. I have met him before twice, so I've talked to him before. I saw him at a TNA show, and I remember I couldn't get because there was tables, so he literally picked up the table so I could go talk to him because they put the tables butt to butt. So he picked the
Yeah.
table up so I could go
He's
sit
always
next to
he's
him.
always very gracious. He's always really great to his supporters, so I appreciate that about him.
Shout out to some people watching. Joe Wrestling, thanks for saying
Aw,
hello.
hi Joe Wrestling. Thanks for coming by today.
Another user, so we thank those people. So when this is an interesting question I have for you. So when it's all said and done, when as we get older, and we move forward, what do you kind of want your legacy to be when you decide that you want to just take it easy and just enjoy the later days of life?
I probably will never take it easy, Dan. I don't see myself ever. I don't see myself ever retiring or taking it easy or stopping what I'm doing. But it's a great question, so I will answer it accordingly. And that's just to make sure that that I encouraged people and tried to help them be the best that they can be, whatever area in their life that is. Like, I just want to be remembered or known as a cheerleader or somebody that would tell you that you can do it. I had the best cheerleader ever, my late mother. There was no plan B with her. Everything was like, you can do it and you will do it and you already are doing it. And just to have that support behind me made me feel like Superwoman and like I was invincible. So I know a lot of people don't have somebody like that in their life. So I just want to be out there, even if it's what's the word that I'm looking for? Cyber support. I want to make sure that people know that they're loved and that they're supported and that somebody sees what they're doing and applauds them for it. So I guess that would be the legacy that I'd want to leave behind.
And I think that is important, like sometimes my mom's also been my biggest cheerleader, but myself has also been my biggest cheerleader and as myself. So I encourage sometimes people, if you don't have somebody like that maybe sometimes yourself can be your biggest supporter. It's interesting where strength can come from and motivation and confidence. It's all building.
It's a great point. It's a great point. It's a great point.
Well, is there anything else you would like to mention or plug before we end? Or
well, if Mr. Wrestling, anybody watching wants to just follow, Twitter would be great. Instagram, it's just the @, of course, and then Goldie with a Y, Goldylocks Rocks. Love to see what's going on. Love to check out your world and be a fly on the wall. So a follow would be great. That's it, Dan. I appreciate you so much.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and end it. Stay tuned.
Perfect time.
Have All Natural Ashley at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we have actor, producer, founder of 4-State Comic-Con and Carolina Fear Fest, Matt Burns, will be here at 8. So
fantastic. Thanks, everybody, for having me. I really appreciate it, Dan.
Take care and keep supporting Dan-A-Plooza.